The playoffs are soon upon us, and the New York Knicks and Atlanta Hawks will both face each other in the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Hawks end their season going 41-31, placing 5th in the Eastern Conference. The Knicks end their season going 41-31, as well as placing 4th in the Eastern Conference. Just to break these two teams down in simple terms, the Atlanta Hawks are an above average offensive team, and the Hawks are an average to borderline defensive team. The New York Knicks are an elite defensive team this season, but are a borderline offensive team. And the numbers back this up. Per Clean the Glass stats, the Knicks offense as a team shot poorly at the rim at 59%, which ranked 29th in the league. The Knicks shoot 40% in mid-range, which ranks 23rd in the league. And the Knicks are a really good three-point shooting team as they shoot 39.5% from 3 as a team, which ranks 4th in the league. The Knicks on the defensive end has done a stellar job this season. Teams shoot 60% at the rim against the Knicks, which ranks 1st in the league for them. Teams shoot 39% in mid-range against the Knicks, which ranks 2nd in the league. And teams shoot at a poor 34% from 3 against the Knicks, which ranks 1st in the league. Now looking at the Hawks numbers, I adjusted these numbers to reflect the Hawks under Nate McMillan and the team. The Hawks offense shooting 65% at the rim, which ranks 14th in the league, 45% in the mid-range, which ranks 4th in the league, and 38.6% from 3, which ranks 8th in the league. Now looking at the defensive numbers for the Hawks, teams shoot at 64% at the rim against the Hawks, teams shoot 43% in the mid-range, and teams shoot 35% from 3 against the Hawks. So the Hawks have been a decent team defending the rim, borderline defending the mid-range, and has been elite at defending the 3 with the numbers at hand. Now these two teams did have players suffer injuries, the Knicks losing Mitchell Robinson, which is a huge blow, and the Hawks have went through numerous injuries through the season. Cam Reddish is out for the season, but the Hawks are getting back DeAndre Hunter, who should be a plus defensively for this team. These two teams met in the regular season 3 times, where the Knicks won all 3 times. Looking back at those games, from what I've seen, they were all high-scoring games. So as elite of a defense the Knicks have, the Hawks still was able to get theirs. The Hawks are a heavy pick-and-roll offense. This holds true in the games against the Knicks and their season. Trae Young is a master in this offense, and the Hawks are a really good three-point shooting team. So trapping a guy like Trae Young out of the pick-and-roll may not be the best thing to do to combat that, as he can kick it out to shooters. I have seen the Knicks have Nerlens Noel and Taj Gibson play high at the level of the screener, and then have guys like Randle or Barrett tag the rolling Capela to combat the Hawks screen and rolls. The Knicks also can play drop coverage, having their big man sag off the screener, and the job of the point guard is just to fight over those screens and stay attached. With the Knicks playing in drop coverage, this could open up mid-range shots for guys like Bogey, Trae, Lou Will, and the Hawks as a team has been efficient shooting the mid-range. Trae Young could go to those floaters or draw fouls that he likes to do near the paint area. Bogey can pull up for his mid-range shots as well. The question here for the Knicks is, who do they have to task to guard Trae Young? Do they keep Elfrid Payton, who offensively isn't the best option out there, but defensively he is better equipped to fight over screens, stay active with his hands, and challenge Trae in this case? Derrick Rose is a better offensive option to put pressure on Trae on that end, and Emmanuel Quickley is still young as a player, but has shown that he is gritty as a player. Trae Young against the Knicks, according to Yahoo Sports, did struggle in the season series. Young did average 24.7 points, but it was on 36.2% field goal shooting and 21.4% from 3. Not really efficient numbers. Young was able to create shots for his teammates though, but the importance of Young stepping up in the series is vital. He is the Hawks' best shot creator. He may not get the foul calls like he did in the regular season, but Young is going to have to be a major scorer for the Hawks. As a miniature guard, he isn't going to get to the rim and score over the trees. He is capable, but also he prefers more to get into the lane, go for the floater, mid-range, draw fouls, or even shoot the 3. He has to be knocking down these shots consistently. The more the Knicks have to dial in and focus on Young at the rim, 3, and mid-range, the more the Hawks will be able to generate open looks. The Knicks did show a lot of promise in being able to slow down Young in the regular season series. Their guards have been able to stay attached to Young and put pressure on him when he's working around the mid-range. And sometimes this resulted in Trae Young missing a floater or mid-range shot. The playmaking has been good for Young out of the pick and roll, out of double ball screen situations, and he has been able to find guys once he gets in the lane and draws the defense on him, so I'm not worried about that from him. It's just how efficient of a scorer can he be. The Hawks do have multiple guys that can get the ball and score and take pressure off of Trae Young, Bogey, Lou Will, John Collins, Gallo, and though they don't have the offensive impact that Trae Young has, these are guys who can still get their own, create shots for themselves, especially Bogey, who is the secondary playmaker behind Trae Young. He has been great for this team, and he will be a guy to take pressure off of Young. The Knicks are going to need consistent shot creation from their players. They already got it from Julius Randle, who has lit the Hawks up this season, dropping 40 points against them on April 21st, 44 points against them on February 15th, and 28 points on January 4th. RJ Barrett and Derrick Rose are capable in being that consistent scorer next to Randle. I love the progression RJ Barrett took in his development, and he is going to be something even more special in the future as a two-way player. Rose and Barrett are both very much so equipped to step up as those second and third scorers. Both guys who can get inside and attack the Hawks there. Barrett much improved standstill three-point shooter, and Rose can shoot the three, slash up the defense, score inside, go for a floater or mid-range shot. Emmanuel quickly also can be that guy. He can hit the floater and also pull up for some shots. So the Knicks have options offensively other than Randle. Also there's shooters in Bullock and Burks. The Hawks have to figure out how they will contain Julius Randle. That's probably the biggest question of this series. Who is the primary defender? Is it John Collins? I'm worried about Collins being that guy, as he isn't the defender to match Randle's physicality. During the regular season, Randle has been able to power through Collins, and he doesn't really serve as a guy to shut down Randle one-on-one. Solomon Hill was a guy who defended Randle in the regular season. He did a fairly decent job, not the best, but he can contain Randle on the perimeter. He did show some fight against Randle in the post, but again, Randle's physicality was just too much. Will the Hawks roll with DeAndre Hunter? I think this is the thing that a lot of Hawks fans are saying now. Hunter can be an interesting option as he is the Hawks' best on-ball defender. Doubling Randle may be ineffective as he has proved that he can make those passes to shooters, especially the corners. He can find open guys, so I don't think just doubling Randle will be enough. The Hawks may throw a good amount of some stunt and recover defense at Julius Randle. For some who may not know what that is, stunt defense is, let's say I have Julius Randle one-on-one in the post against Solomon Hill. The Hawks would send their nearest help defender, let's say it's Kevin Huerter, along the wing. Huerter will hover nearby Randle, not committing to a double team, but staying in the area that's between Randle posting up and Huerter's original man. More for the Hawks defense, I do expect them to stick Capela in the paint as much as possible to protect the rim. He is their defensive anchor, so they should utilize drop coverage in their pick and roll schemes against the Knicks. The three-point shooting battle between these two teams and the rebounding battle here will also be interesting. These two teams are very close. They are both good three-point shooting teams and rebounding. Per ESPN stats, the Hawks rank 5th in rebounds per game at 45.6, while the Knicks rank 9th in rebounds at 45.1. I would give the edge to the Hawks here as Clint Capela is a better rebounder than Noel. John Collins is also a guy to help on the boards. Julius Randle can grab boards as well too. The Knicks have the defense here. The Hawks do have bodies on and off the bench. It'll be an interesting series here. To end this off, I do see the series going multiple games, 6 or 7 games. Who do you have in this series, the Hawks or the Knicks? Let me know in the comments section below, and also I will be breaking down, analyzing playoff games on this channel. I will be going in. So if you haven't done so already, I would look to subscribe. Also, thank you all for watching this video.